Hello children, today will be lesson 4, air and water. On which day will clothes dry faster, a hot sunny day or a warm windy day? So, our clothes will get dry faster on a windy day, okay? Now, weather keeps changing every day, sometimes from hour to hour. Yes, weather keeps on changing, right? Sometimes it is sunny in the morning or rainy or cloudy at night. It changes from hour to hour too. Weather depends on the following: temperature of air. Temperature of air means how cool or how warm the air is. Okay? Air pressure. Air pressure, how strong the force of the air is, and the amount of moisture in the air. This is also called humidity. Sun is one of the most important factors that determine the weather. The temperature of a day depends on the heat received from the sun. It is warmer at noon than in the mornings and evenings. It is because of the sun that we can determine or know the weather. We can know the temperature, how hot or cold the day is because of the sun. It is warmer in noon than in the morning and evenings because of the sun. That is why sun is one of the most important factors that determine the weather. Effect of temperature on land and water. Both land and water get heated by the sun. Land warms and cools faster than water in the sea. Sea breeze. You know sea breeze. Okay, let's talk about sea breeze. During daytime, land gets heated up faster than the sea. Look at this picture. During daytime, the land gets heated faster than the sea, which means the air above the land is hotter than the air above the sea. The air above the land gets heated quickly and rises, leaving lesser air above the land than above the sea. This means that when air gets heated, they rise, so the air above the land is lesser compared to the air above the sea because the air above the sea is cooler. This cooler air above the sea settles near the surface of water. This is why air pressure above the sea is higher than above the land. And since wind always blows from an area of high pressure to a low pressure, wind blows from sea to land. This cool air above the sea moves towards the land to take the place of the warm air that has risen. This cool breeze is called sea breeze. Now let's talk about land breeze. Look at this picture, land breeze. Okay, during nights, the land cools faster than the sea. This time, the sea is warmer than the land. The hot air above the sea rises, and the cool air from the land moves towards the sea to replace the warm air that has risen from the sea. This cool breeze blowing from the land to the sea is called land breeze. Evaporation. The process by which a liquid changes into vapor on heating is called evaporation. Evaporation takes place on the surface of water bodies, for example, lakes, seas, rivers, and oceans. When they get heated up by the sun, wind also helps in evaporation. Thus, clothes dry faster on windy days. Evaporation means liquid changes into vapor on heating. So evaporation takes place on water bodies like lakes, seas, rivers and ocean. When these water bodies get heated by the sun, the vapor rises up in the air, then evaporation takes place. Okay, water evaporates faster under the following condition: on a windy day, when the temperature is high, when the area of exposed surface is more, when the air has less moisture content. The next one is condensation. When water vapor cools, it changes back to water. This process is called condensation. Water vapor condenses in different ways. Condensation means water vapor, when it goes up into the air, then after it gets cool, it comes down as rain. That process is called condensation. Water vapor cools and changes back to water. Water vapor condenses in different ways. Rain. Number one, rain. Water that evaporates from seas, oceans, lakes, and rivers rises in the air, condenses, and changes into tiny droplets of water. These droplets join together to form clouds. As the clouds cool further, the water droplets become heavy and fall to the ground as rain. So, this means when water in the seas, oceans, lakes, and rivers rises up in the air, then they changes into tiny droplets of water. Then these droplets join together to form clouds. And when these clouds are too heavy, they fall down on the ground as rain. Okay. Now dew. During the night, the land cools down and water vapor in the air condenses. Condensed water vapor gets deposited on leaves and flowers as droplets of water called dew. Look at the picture here. Dewdrops. During winter, if you wake up early in the morning, you will see these dewdrops on grasses. Frost. On very cold nights, when the temperature is below 0 degrees Celsius, dew freezes and becomes frost. Okay, children, these dewdrops become frozen. Okay, this frost is formed. Frost is also called frozen dew. Frost is harmful to crops. This is common during winter. The next is fog. Sometimes during winter, the water vapor in the air condenses close to the ground. The condensed water vapor forms a dense layer cloud lying close to the surface to the ground. This is called fog. Do you know fog? You know. You know that one? Okay, very thin fog is called mist. Mist and fog appears in mountains or in places where it gets very cold in winter. Okay, children? Fog. Fog is like clouds, but not cloud. Okay. Early in the morning, especially in winter, we can't see things which are far away from us. This is due to the presence of fog. The next is snow. You all know snow, right? This is snowfall. If the air of a place is very cold, water vapor condenses to form crystals of ice called snow. Snow is frozen water vapor. Okay? If it is very cold, water vapor condenses to form crystals, that is called snow. Okay? Snow is frozen water vapor. Now, snow is made up of small, soft pieces of ice called snowflakes. They take up different shapes and form patterns such as stars, balls, and needles. We can observe snow in very cold countries or on high mountains. Snow is not common in our place, which is not very, because we have moderate climate, which is not so cold, which is not so hot. So you will observe, you will see snow in a very cold countries or on a high mountains. Okay. The next one is hail. Occasionally, the water droplets in clouds freezes into small balls of ice and fall on the ground as hail. This is common in cold countries or high mountains. Did you know hail? Hail is a small balls of ice falling on the ground. When it is heavily raining, sometimes we experience this hail. Water cycle. Water in water bodies such as seas, oceans, lakes, and rivers gets heated due to the warm rays of the sun and evaporates. As the water vapor rises, it cools and condenses into water droplets. These droplets join together to form clouds. The clouds become too heavy to hold more droplets of water. The condensed droplets then fall down as rain. This process is repeated continuously. This repeated change of water into water vapor and again back to water is called water cycle. Now look at this picture, water cycle. Okay, water in water bodies rises up, that means evaporates, and then it goes up into the cloud, and then condensation takes place. Then when the clouds is too heavy, then it falls down as rain. Then this rain goes into water bodies like lakes, seas, oceans, and then this water vapor rises up, then evaporation takes place. It is like this. It is a circle repeated continuously. This is called water cycle.